My name is Leroy Adams. I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, October 27, 1941.
All right. 64. How old were you? Were you
I was
18?
about 22 or 3.
So before this, were you registered to vote?
Yes.
You were registered to vote. So how was your process? Did you feel like you had a difficult time registering to vote? Did you register in Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, yes.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had a difficult time registering?
No, I didn't.
Was anybody in your family registered to vote?
All
registered?
of my family had registered to vote.
So, do you think, like, for any of your family members or your close friends, they didn't have any problems registering or anything?
I'm not aware of any of my close friends or relatives that had problems trying to register. Things in Oklahoma weren't as backward as they were further south.
Further south, yeah.
In Oklahoma, as a matter of fact, other than the colored and white accommodations for water fountains and bathrooms and so forth, we seem to live a pretty reasonably comfortable life.
So there wasn't a lot of racial tension?
There wasn't a lot of racial tension in Oklahoma at that time.
Oh, okay.
The racial tension was in Oklahoma happened back in the 40s.
Yeah, yeah. So during your time it wasn't?
During my time, things were relatively quiet. It just hadn't come up very much while I was growing up. Back when I was teaching, went next door to get some absence slips from teaching, and he had a movie going on, Eyes on the Prize or something like that. And a lot of it was about what had happened in Oklahoma in 1940 something. Mm-hmm. And it was disgusting. I couldn't believe that was Oklahoma that they were talking about. I mean, I had never heard about this. And every year, like I said, rain, snow, sleet, or shine, I went to Oklahoma for Gene's birthday, July the 4th. That year, I was so taken by that movie, I punished Oklahoma.
You didn't go back?
I missed Gene's birthday. Oh. I mean, nobody could have told me that Oklahoma had experienced that, because that sounded just like Wallace and Bull Connor, and all those guys were acting wild and crazy and doing some stuff like that. Not in Oklahoma, though. I said, I'm from God's country, Oklahoma. You know, one of the best places on the map.
So did they, do you know when they started integrating, in Oklahoma, do you know when they started integrating, officially?
In my home in Oklahoma, my high school integrated in 69.
In 69, okay.
Okay, so we went to separate schools when I was
all
through grade school and high school.
So
I never went to a white school.
So besides school, the public facilities are still separated too?
Bathrooms and water fountains
were separated.
When I grew up, all the way through high school, they were separate.
Do you think it intensified racial tensions? You said it wasn't really in Oklahoma, but for other people, do you think it made it worse?
It probably made it worse in Arkansas, the state next to us, and Alabama, and states further south. It was there was a lot of racial tension going on at the time.
And so, the attitude of the nation, majority of people were like, this is horrible, or do you think the majority of people were like, okay, this is a...
Well, civil rights, coming television, being able to see the acts, violent acts, kind of alerted the whole country of racial tension. Mm-hmm. And it didn't sit very well with all people in the country. It was okay with the people in the South, but the rest of the country frowned on the racial policies that were being instituted in those other states.
So was this a happy moment for you? Were you really excited for this? Or?
I was glad to see that civil rights bill was passed.